Morning, Wabash. Welcome to our annual Monon Bell Chapel. Today we'll hear from our 4 senior captains, Brock Graham, Jared Bubba Lange, Tony Neymeiyer, and David Mann, and then we'll hear from Coach Creighton. So we'll get it started right away with Brock. Raeburn. What'd I say?
Good morning. As painful as this is going to be, I think we all need to start with a little reminder of what happened a year ago Saturday. With just seconds left on the game clock, Wabash rushed their field goal unit out to the field. The snap was good, the hold was good, and the kick was good. DePaul wins. You know, it was hard to watch that field goal sail through the uprights. And it was hard to watch their fans flood the field. But what hurt the most was to watch them come to our sideline, hoist that bell on their shoulders, and bring it back to their campus. That's what hurt the most. DePaul took our bell. So our theme this week and our theme this year is to take back the bell. What does this mean, though? It doesn't mean we have to come up with some elaborate scheme to secretly steal the bell and bring it back to our campus. But if you have one of those schemes, go ahead and get that done before the week's over. It doesn't mean that we walk into that stadium on Saturday with the mindset that we just can't lose the game, and we go in there just trying to eke out a win. To take back the bell means we walk in and we leave no doubt in anyone's mind where that bell deserves to be. And we put that bell back above the entrance to the Allen Center. That's what it means to take back the bell. Last year, DePaul took our bell. And it goes without saying that there is never anything good that comes out of us losing the bell. But if there's one positive that we can take, is that all of you sitting here today better be excited to walk over to that sideline, hoist the bell on our shoulders this year, and bring it back to where it deserves to be. Saturday, as a college, not as a football team, not as students, but as a unified college, we take back our bell. Thank you.
Good morning. So I have to admit, when Coach Raeburn first announced me as one of the 4 captains, this is the first thing I thought about was speaking up here at Bell Week. It was not going to be good, but now as I stand here, I'm not nervous, but grateful to address everyone here. I will begin by telling a story that occurred right as football camp began. August 18th, 87 days ago. The seniors just checked in, and only seconds later, Matthew Kratz received a phone call. This phone call relayed the bad news of his father's death. While the rest of the team left for camp, Matt rushed home to be with his family. Days later, a majority of the team loaded a bus and traveled down to Evansville to go to the visitation of Matt's father. We spent the day in meetings, already had a physical practice, then rushed to pack everything we had to just get on a bus for 4 hours. We only had a short time to let Matt know we were thinking about him, praying for him and his family, and cared for him very much. Then we got back on the bus, only to get home early in the morning to get up hours later to get a lift in and another practice. Now, the reason I bring this up is on the way down to Evansville, we required a trip through Greencastle, home of the Dannies. I was angry. I disliked everything about them. Why do we have to go this way? Why couldn't we take another route? Now, on our way back home to Wabash, I thought to myself, will the DePaul Wabash or the DePaul football team do something like this for a fellow teammate? You know, I really, really doubt they would. I doubt they even care about their fellow players like we do. The reason is they have no clue what family is. Their community is selfish and only care for themselves. For example, last year, when they won, all their students, fans, players ran towards our team to let us know how they felt about us, how horrible we were, how overrated we were, along with other obscene gestures. When we won the year before, we ran to the bell together, the student body, fans, and team, to celebrate with one another. We did not care about them. We only cared to celebrate in a crowd of scarlet. The Wabash football team is built on family. Wabash College is built on family. I remember coming here as a recruit, all the students and faculty opening doors, stopping to talk to me, people spending time out of their day to enlighten me about Wabash. I was confused. Why in the world was people being so nice here? This didn't happen where I come from. I didn't understand until I became a student and was on campus. This whole community is a family. We all truly care for one another. If anyone is in need of help, we're there to pick them up. When things are going good, we're there to cheer for them. We are Wallies and we have each other's back no matter what. There are 800 plus students here from all over the world. We all come together because we strive to become better. We're not satisfied with average. Just like the football team, we try to outwork the competition. Whenever I feel like I'm satisfied and I'm working hard enough, I try to remind myself that there's someone out there outworking me, becoming better than me. I was correct. I found them here at this college. Last week, Brock Graham asked me, how often do you feel like this college is about to break you? Almost every day it feels like it, but we don't break and we don't stop. We ask for more. We strive to become better and better. And this is why we're bringing the bell back, because we work harder than them, truly care for one another and our family, and actually want the bell more than them. Thank you for your time.
Good morning. When we met as seniors last semester, well, as juniors going to be seniors for the football team, we gave some thought to our team theme, and it was Brent Bannock who came up with the idea of All In. All In is a perfect characterization of our team this year and what we've done in order to raise the bar and go on to the next levels. We were asked to write about what it meant for us as seniors to be all in. Some of us compared it to the game of poker, where the ultimate upping of the ante is to go all in. Others talked about how it's never less than 100%, and some talked about never settling for what is lower than what you want to achieve. What all in means to us as a football team, you can see in our 5 program goals of family, fun, academic excellence, impact men, and win. We are truly all in each aspect and try our best to move forward in each one. It's 6 a.m.s, waking up at 5:30 in the morning and trouncing through the snow to get to work out, with no coaches forcing us to be there, all on our own volition. It's being a student first in a rigorous academic school, while at the same time trying to be your best as an athlete. It's not using a coaching change as an excuse to not have a great season. And it's never settling for an 8-2 season like our neighbors to the south, who take their annual trips down to Texas and give the excuse that they just can't beat Trinity or Millsaps because they're too good. We take challenges and we rise above them. It's our senior class climbing a mountain, one of the tallest in Utah, to become closer as a family. They say that near-death experiences really bring people closer together, and I think I almost died about 12 times on that mountain. We are all in and representing a school as great as ours by playing with the pride of little giants and staying true to the virtues of that Wabash name that resides across our chest every day we put the jersey on. This theme of all in fits extremely well with our football team. However, it also fits in with our school as a whole. Students, faculty, and administrations always strive to be better and push ourselves. We live by a moral code that holds us to a higher standard than others. It's alumni giving and doing all they can to make our experiences here better. It's staying up all night to get a paper done or to merely get ahead in the class. In essence, Wabash always fights because Wabash is always all in. It is because we are all in that when we reach a high goal, we look to go even higher. And it's because we are all in that when we are in a low point, we rise up out of a seemingly insurmountable low. We've been in one of those low points right now, and however, it's beginning on the uprise right now. It started with Bell Week conversations on Sunday. It's continued on through cookouts, mustache competitions, and people getting mohawks. It's today, with all of us gathered here talking of our impending victory over our rivals to the south. And it will continue Saturday when all of us together, as a unified college, players on the field, fans in the stands, alumni watching across the nation, and all those with their eyes upon us, we together will be all in and will take back the bell that is rightfully ours. Thank you.
Good morning, Wabash. I'm going to show a video posted on YouTube. You can find it. Just type in Ring Sing DePaul. You'll find about 50 of them. I'm not going to show the audio because it's pretty crappy. But as you can see, this is a little DePaul section right here. This is like a little pep rally Thursday, little right before the bell meeting that they like to have called Ring Sing. I forgot we were in high school. I didn't know. As you can see, this is the Wabash. These are the bad guys. Wabash Island. We currently have the bell. This is 2 years ago. It's pretty comical. And pretty ridiculous at the same time. Yeah, we're good. We can go ahead and cut this off. There's later on, there's some guys fighting girls, which is typical DePaul behavior. I'm going to talk about the differences between Wabash and DePaul. One difference that you already see is that on Thursday, we choose to come into the bell, the focal point of our campus, through a series of pep talks, just get ready to go rip some DePaul guys' heads off. While they like to go do a skit and mock us. That somehow gets them excited for the bell. I'm not really sure how that is. The boys at DePaul think that we are boys because we do not have women in our classroom. They call us names because we do not have women in our classroom. Are you kidding me? They nullify our manhood because of the fact that we do not have women in our classroom? Are you kidding me? On the other hand, we argue that they are boys because they do not have the guts that it takes to come to Wabash College. They are spoon-fed everything they have, and if you stood on that campus for 5 seconds, you would find out the validity of that statement. We work out at 6 a.m., they work out at 6 p.m. They didn't have the guts to come to this college, we did. Academically, there is no question. Princeton Review notes us number 6 for the top 10 best value in small colleges, private colleges, and number 3 in best career placement services. They are noted for lots of beer, lots of hard liquor. Look it up. Extremely clear where their emphasis is. Our student body portrays a very blue-collar attitude and approach to things, while their college would rather be popped and driving their cushy little brand new cars that their mommy and daddy just bought them. In this program, themes are huge. Every year, the senior class gets to choose a theme that is relevant and what they want their last year at Wabash to be about. My freshman year, the theme was unfinished business. The seniors had a lot of resentment towards the way the previous year had ended. 6 and 4 was not good enough. And then my sophomore year, the theme was good to great. 11 and 1 was good, and we needed to become great and had to make that transition. Last year, the theme was passion. The senior class felt that passion was the it factor that would breach us past and get to our goals. This year, our theme is all in. It means to never be satisfied. It means to give all you have, to hold nothing back. It means to leave the field of battle victorious. It is exactly what we needed. Our commitment and drive is unmatched by any of our opponents, especially those bunch of cake eaters from down south. I mean, have they ever had their lights cut off? Or maybe one of their cousins have been murdered due to gang violence. Maybe they held a factory job during the semester just so they could pay to go to this college. Or maybe they worked 70 to 80 hours a week during the summer just so they could afford to go to this college while training for a season. Have they ever seen someone get shot with a shotgun? Most of all, have they ever spent the greater part of 4 years going through mentally and physically straining exercises just so they become better men? No! The answer is no to all of them, because they do not have what it takes to be a Wabash man. I don't know what everyone's been through. I don't pretend to. But I know that every single person in this room has been through something that a Danny would not have. A Danny would have quit long before. This campus bound together is unstoppable. We have to bring it on Saturday. I want a student body of 800 to sound like 8,000, and the other 8,000 of our fans to sound like 80,000. The men in this room can accomplish this, but you have to bring it. 3.5 hours, all you got. We win the belt to show our love for this college and this tradition. We have an experience at Wabash that by far and away supersedes that of any other. That is why we fight. That is unfinished business. That is good to great. That is all in. That is passion. That is Wabash College!
Now we'll hear from Coach Raeburn. Coach graduated from Mount Union College, where he played outside linebacker for the football team. He majored in mathematics and minored in biology and secondary education. Currently, he is pursuing his master's degree. He joined Wabash College after 8 years as the head coach at Coe College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. While at Coe, he posted a 57-26 record. Prior to Coe, he was the assistant coach at Mount Union for 6 years, where he served as both the offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach. Coach Raeburn and his wife Elizabeth live in Crawfordsville with their 3 children, Cade, Elle, and Reese. Please join me in welcoming Coach Erik Raeburn to his first Monon Bell Chapel.
I am Coach Raeburn. I would have guessed that when Pilly screwed up the first time that he had a concussion, but no one from Hiram could tackle him, so I know that can't be the case. But had to do an interview with a reporter from the DePaul radio station. He couldn't get my name right either, but after Saturday night, I think you'll remember it. When I was interviewed for the job, the Bell game was one of the big reasons why I wanted to take it. But they didn't mention about the chapel talk. They never brought that up. But so as you're about to discover in the next few minutes, I'm not a motivational speaker. Our guys could attest to it. In fact, I dread public speaking. Okay, and it's a problem, because most people expect the head football coach to be able to walk into a room, walk into a chapel full of the fans and get everyone fired up for the big game. They expect Saturday before the game that I'll walk in the locker room and put my fist through the wall or flip a water cooler over, start screaming and yelling and get the guys fired up for the game. But that's not me. I can't give the big pep talk before the game because I'm in the bathroom throwing up. It's going to happen Saturday, happen against Hiram, for God's sake. So. So I can't give the big pep talk, but that's one of the reasons why I love it here at Wabash, knowing that Wabash needs a pep talk. I was coming to work Monday. We have films at like 6:45, so it's probably around 6:30 when I got here, and there's a guy sleeping on the concrete steps. It's freezing cold, rain, and he's out there guarding the campus, so that guy does not need a pep talk. I know this is a old historic podium here with a lot of tradition, and I can't believe it withstood David Mann pounding on it, but David Mann does not need a pep talk. Okay, and either do any of our other players. And that's one of the things I love about Wabash. But the thing I love most about Wabash is that this is a tough place. You know, it's hard here. You have to really work here. Our guys, you know, some of them have mentioned it. They got papers due. They're working on every night, preparing presentations. They're studying for tests. And when I say studying, I mean studying. You have to really know the material here. There's no true false tests or multiple choice here. You can't fake your way through it. You can't go through the motions here. And I love that about Wabash because that's what we try to do with the football program. We try to make it tough. I try to make it as hard as possible for these guys to be part of our team. Last week at Hiram, we played really good. Afterwards, we're shaking hands, and their coach started yelling at me because he's mad at me because he thought I ran the score up. And I felt bad. Not because I ran the score up, because I didn't. I felt... In fact, I thought I did a hell of a job to keep it 63-0. The reason I felt bad was that their coach doesn't get it. You know, to be part of the football team here, you got to make sacrifices. Okay? So you want to be a part of the football team here, you got to make a commitment, a real commitment. Okay, so no matter who I put in the game, they're going to play hard. Okay, because we don't go through the motions at Wabash. Okay, so there's absolutely nothing I can do to keep the score close because it's not hard at Hiram. Until they make it hard, the scores are never going to be close. And because we're different. And that's why this game is so important. We're different than the Paw 2. You know, last spring in recruiting, Coach Gilbert and I, we went and did a home visit. We were visiting with a recruit and his family, and I really wanted him to come to Wabash. I thought he was a really good player. It was down between us and DePaul. And as we're talking to him and trying to convince him that Wabash is the place for him, this is where he reaches full potential, this is where he'd get pushed and challenged. One of the comments that they made was that this was a tough decision for them because the two schools are so similar. And I don't know how many of you know Coach Gilbert, but I was pretty sure I was going to have to tackle him because I thought he was going to go over the table and choke somebody. But he didn't. He kept his composure. He didn't concede that we were the same, but he kept his composure. So needless to say, you know, leaving that visit, I didn't have a good feeling. But he had said that he's going to make his decision soon, so we waited a couple days. We didn't hear from him, which was another bad sign. So we started calling him. He wasn't answering our calls, so we were leaving messages. He wasn't returning our messages. And then finally, several days had passed. Countless attempts by us to contact him failed. And finally, his mother contacted us and said her son had decided to go to DePaul. Now, usually right about then is where I start feeling sick to my stomach and hurting that we lost this guy, but I didn't, because the fact that he had his mother call and tell us was the first sign that he couldn't cut it at Wabash. This time, it only hurt because he thought we were the same as them. So on Saturday, we're going to make sure that everybody that watches the game knows that our two schools are not the same. I tell you, this is my first Monon Bell game. I think it's ridiculous that I'm the one up here talking, since all of you guys have been involved in at least one before. But there's a couple of things I know. I know this game is important to you. I know it's important to our players. And I promise you it's important to me. And on Saturday, I'm looking forward to, with the rest of these guys, taking back our bell. Thank you.